Well, hello YouTube friends, this is Jim. I am back from my ride. First, let me apologize, there's no audio or video from my first ride with the Scorpion EXO-R410 helmet, and that's due to operator error of a couple of kinds. So you'll have to take my word for how the ride went. I did get I rode about 50 miles, got my first baptism of bugs on the face shield. The ride is, I go out on a kind of a twisty road, or what passes for twisty around here, about 25 miles or so, and then I get back on our toll road with a 75-mile-an-hour speed limit to come back. First of all, bottom line first, I liked the helmet. It's certainly worth the $160 plus, no question about it. Comfort was fine, no hot spots or anything like that. I did notice the chin. I hadn't even thought about the what do they call this thing here on the chin, this air dam thing on the chin. I may or may not take that out just to get a little more ventilation. This helmet though is extremely well ventilated. Talk more about that in a minute. I got a little bit of whistling a couple of times. It went away around 40 miles an hour. I will say I did this ride without earphones, and I would say that you definitely want earphones with this. It is not as noisy as my HJC Cymax 3 modular helmet, which is incredibly noisy and has every kind of whistle and boom and crash that you can imagine. However, it's a little bit noisier than my older EXO 700 helmet, which isn't surprising really, because there's a little bit, there's not the large cheek pads. There's larger actual ear cups in here for speakers than what the EXO 700 had. So it's a little bit noisier, and you do get some whistling. The whistling went away about 40 miles an hour. I'd recommend earplugs with this or any helmet. Or if you don't want to buy earplugs, get an FJR and just raise the windshield up, and then that takes care of your noise problem too. So earplugs or FJR or adjustable windshield, I do go with both. Ventilation, like I say, was good. The little toggles on the top on these two ridges that open the vents were easy to find. The little lever on the chin was easy to find. It's June now. It was fairly warm, a little bit, about 92, 93 degrees when I rode today. And I have to say the face shield sealed up real tight, just like I was hoping it would. I will say this. Let me move the camera a little closer to show you what's really the great thing about this helmet. So just a second, let me reposition the camera. Okay, I've moved the camera a little closer to show you what I really like about this helmet, and that is this little tab here. What this does is locks the visor either when it's in this position, in the upward position of the tab. Let's see here, right about there. You see, it's in the up position. Now, take your finger and press it forward, and what's happened is it's cracked the visor. But it's holding it in place. It's got a little over center mechanism here, and it's cracked this visor. What happens is you do get some more noise because the visor's cracked, but on the other hand, you also get a lot more ventilation. I mean a lot more. It's not even close. It's so comfortable, and then where it's pretty humid today, and it was about 93 when I rode. God, it was so nice. And again, when if you do want it closed, you pull the tab back, and it pulls the visor down and back, so it gives you a good solid seal, so you have no airflow when the tab is closed, or when the visor is all the way down. But when you hit the cracking lever, or whatever they call it, put it like that, now you got this crack. It's a little bit more noisy, but it's worth it. And the thing I was curious about was, with my EXO 700 and a lot of helmets in the world, you know, you'll oftentimes want to crack it pretty much to start off if it's foggy or hot or whatever, but the EXO 700, once you got about 20 or 30 miles an hour, the wind would force it closed. I had this on our toll road, 75-mile-an-hour speed limit. Now I'm law-abiding, I never intentionally speed, but you know, I may have accidentally popped up a little higher than 75 a few times, which is easy to do in the FJR. Of course, as soon as I realized it, I slow back down because I'm pretty much totally law-abiding. And not like a lot of you hooligans out there, and you know who you are. 75 miles, maybe plus a little bit. The visor stayed cracked. You get a really nice airflow through the helmet. It is really, really comfortable. Bottom line on the helmet, this is called a chin curtain, by the way. I couldn't remember it for the first segment. Chin curtain, probably leave it there. I think maybe it does cut down on the noise a little bit and gives you a little better seal. Certainly in the winter it would be good, but it is perforated so air does get through it. The standard D-ring locking system worked just fine. The vent controls are simple and easy to use, and the cocking lever or the cracking lever, whatever it's called, is really clever. Visor's very easy to change. Day-glow true high-vis neon, the most visible color you can have. People can't, I won't say people can't not notice this. People who are looking will notice it. Of course, if you're a mom and you got texting in one hand and you're trying to, you know, feed your babies the baby bottle with her other hand and read the newspaper and balance for Starbucks all at the same time, then this isn't going to save you. But at least for drivers who are paying at least a modicum of attention, this high-vis color is the cat's meow. Again, Snell 2010 approved, full face, very simple helmet, very inexpensive as helmets goes, around $160. Great purchase experience from motorcyclegear.com. Overall, I can recommend the Scorpion EXO-410, R410, EXO-R410 helmet. I hope they get the dark face shields in pretty soon, because I was riding right about dusk, and boy, with clear glasses and a clear shield, you do get some eye watering of the literal kind. So Scorpion, get your act together, get those dark shields out there, and you have a super winner in this helmet. This is Jim in Austin, Texas. Thank you for watching, YouTube friends.